me add to this what I think where the liberal message has grossly been lost on a lot of people, and where it continues to get lost. And I'm not saying I agree with the message because I don't adhere to any political party, but let me just say this. When people go on Facebook and they write a comment that Donald Trump this and everything else that goes there is 10 comments right afterwards. Yeah, he's homophobic, he's a racist, everybody who voted for him must be that, they're stupid, they're idiots, blah, 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 all these sorts of things. Do you think that you allow an open forum for any sort of conversation and any sort of learning to be able to take place? And forget about you changing your perspective as to what you think or don't think or believe or want to believe. Your information, what you're talking about, is lost on the other group of people. Nobody's going to come in afterwards and be the 10th or 11th person to comment and say, well, I voted for him and I'm not racist and I'm not this and I'm not that, because 10 people have already called him stupid. It'd be the equivalent of if we had Facebook in the late 80s, early 90s, when there was this whole HIV and AIDS epidemic going on and we didn't really know how to wrap our heads around it. And you know, what if you went on Facebook then and said, oh, everybody who's got AIDS is a fucking faggot, they sleep around, they're promiscuous as fuck, they're the scourge of the earth, they you know, they're dirty, they're filthy, they're this and that. 8, 9, 10 people write stuff like that and all of them jump on it, yeah, and everybody else agrees. You're probably not going to have the 11th person come out and say, hey, I'm homosexual, I don't do all these sorts of things, I don't have HIV, and actually the research shows that people of both sexes are getting it whether they're straight or not, right? What if in the 1950s or 60s you ended up having it, and you know, you went on there and posted stuff about how your wife is so lucky because you bought her a new vacuum cleaner, so now she can has more time to iron your shirts when you're away at work, because women should only be barefoot, cooking, and in the kitchen, right? And 10 of your friends, guy friends that you know you work with, would have sat there and commented of, oh yeah, you know, the washing machine should be next, and she should be thankful and grateful and this and that. The 11th person, the woman, if she was even allowed, if we had computers, and she would have been allowed on a computer back in those days, probably isn't going to come out there and make a post on, well, I'm a woman, I'm educated, I'd love to be able to get a job and work outside of the home, right? So your message now, if you have 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 friends, every time that you start Trump bashing and everybody jumps on that train, is going to leave you quite possibly in the next 3 years with you holding your dick in your hands, wondering how the fuck he got elected again, because you've done all this work and all this wonderful research about how terrible he is and all these posts, you know. I see the same people sometimes 5 to 7 to 8 posts a day. I see other people right now that don't even really want to go on Facebook because everything's either anti-Trump is all they see all the time, right? And eventually it gets to a point where it wears on you. Some stuff logically you can look at. Do I think he's a perfect president? Absolutely not. I don't think anybody is. He's doing a lot of stuff that ended up and landed on his desk that the last fucking quarter century of garbanzos that were in office were just fucking unwilling to do. And that's a hard fucking fact to swallow. But that's part of the reason he got elected also, right? I know everybody would like to think that it was little racist and other things crawling out of some holes or you know, landfills somewhere that had been grossly, you know, gone for the last 25 years. That's just not so.